What's going on, guys? Welcome to Steve Does Stuff. I'm Steve, and today we're doing some truck camping stuff. So for those of you who've been following along, you know we have a 24-day, 10,000 kilometer road trip coming up this summer, which is what we're doing for our honeymoon. Over the last 5 months, we've been converting the truck into a truck camper, and this weekend, which is exactly 1 week before we leave on our road trip, we're doing a test camp at a friend's farm here in Ontario. They have a little campsite out of the back of their property. They are one of the inspirations for going on this trip. So we figured we were gonna go to their farm for a few days, test out our gear, make sure everything works before we leave in 6 days. So prior to getting to the farm, I wanted to show you guys some of the things that we're kind of trying to nail down before getting on the road and heading out west. There's a little bit of the packing stuff that goes along with this, as well as the actual experience there. So it's been our first rainstorm since we put the bed in, and we got a leak. And as far as I can tell, this leak is coming from this area right here. So you can see the fibers kind of stick out down in here, and when the water drains down in, they kind of get sucked up into here, and all this gets wet, and then it starts to drip down onto here. So I got a pretty wet bed right now that I'm trying to air out underneath, and the other side doesn't have this issue, so I'm trying to figure it out. My solution is gonna be, I've got this DAP crystal clear that I am gonna run just a real thick bead in and around here to kind of totally seal this off so these fibers can't pick up the moisture. Everything else, 100%. So this stuff says it needs about 24 hours to dry. It's not really gonna work for us, so we're gonna speed up time with this little fella. Leaky side here, looks like everything is sealed up. God, that looks terrible. The non-leaky side, so it should be okay. I gotta say, I was hoping for better, but I've definitely settled for worse. It's supposed to keep pouring rain here soon. See how well this stuff holds up to rain. This should be a pretty good test to see if all of the siliconing around the back glass on the truck camper will hold up. Very moist out. Okay, damage assessment. Did it work? Okay, a little bit of leaking in down through there. Oh yeah, this is all nice and dry now. Okay, so other than some leaking in through there, which we are parked on an angle, both places in here are fully dry now. I have turned my attention to permanently mounting or finally mounting the roof racks and the box. This is the seal kit. So from Thule, you originally get this one seal here. With all the leftover weather stripping that I had from doing the back of the truck, I figured it can't hurt to run an extra strip here. This is staying up here permanently. I'm gonna give you guys a flavor for what we've got in here. We've got our Yeti M30 hopper, our tent, two 60-liter backcountry bags that are gonna have all of our backcountry gear in here. This thing just eats that up because that'll leave us with a lot of space in the back. It's awesome though. So I'm using this as like a mock trip and packing everything that I would need for our 21/24-day road trip. So here is like my mock idea of what I think we're gonna need for clothes. Essentially a week's supply of clothes, socks, underwear, boring stuff, ton of different t-shirts, some dry fit stuff, some nice shorts, some board shorts, raincoat, sweater, puffy jacket, PJs, and a pair of jeans. And all of that is gonna be packing down into these compression bags that you got off Amazon and then going into the drawers of the truck. Here's what it looks like now. All of those clothes, the exception of my rain jacket, which is going up top, turned into these bags. Full of clothes. This truck is in road trip mode. Got the Opie station, Yeti, Jackery, water, food, snacks, backcountry gear up top. All of our drawers are loaded. This weekend, the soft Yeti is gonna be a beer only situation. Drawers are loaded down below. Finally, we got our tent up top. I don't think that's going anywhere. All right, Opes, we're at the farm. Beautiful out here.
Friday when we arrived at the farm, it started to pour rain the minute we got there. Christine and Alan, being the amazing hosts they are, took us inside and gave us a few pints at Alan's tiny Irish pub, which he had called the Snug. In 19th and 20th century Ireland, it was apparently unacceptable for women and men of faith to be drinking with the general public, so Irish pubs would have a very small room at the back with a window to the bartender to pass pints back and forth, known as the Snug. This bar is authentic Irish, from the snacks to the decor, even the bartender, as Alan is from Ireland. We couldn't think of a better way to start our trip, and as if that wasn't enough, they also had steaks and champagne and a little sign waiting for us, as we were the first newlyweds at the Snug.
It is the first morning after a successful truck camp with the whole crew. Beautiful breakfast of Wild Death Boys, 4 over coffees, and a beautiful sight. Everything is working out pretty well so far. We are at a friend's farm. They were part of the inspiration for what got us thinking about a cross Canada honeymoon road trip. They actually took about a month and a half and went across Canada up to the Yukon and back. Fast forward a few years and we are here at their farm, which they have kind of turned the back into like a little bit of a campsite. So we're doing a bit of a test camp this weekend just to make sure everything that we have planned for the truck when we leave next weekend is going to work perfectly. Nice little wood shed here. Fire starter, recycling. Be the security dog. Taking her job extremely seriously. And this is a great little kind of campsite that they have made here on their farm. They say they only really share it with family and friends. Pretty cool to come here and they get the reason and what we're trying to do here. Opie's making herself quite at home. So the passenger side of the truck is officially for our clothes. Bit of a utility drawer right here that has some Opie things in it. We store the sink in there. Second pocket back, all of Christine's clothes packed into the various compression bags that are on Amazon. Link is in the description. And at the very back is all of my clothes. So another key piece of equipment, of which we are definitely not sponsored by, is this Jackery Explorer 500. Got the solar panel set up over there, and with the panels on, it'll basically charge this thing up in just over a day, depending on how bright it is, but super handy for charging phones, cameras, and just having a little bit of extra power on the road. So this is its first real test, besides its actual first real test with a Margaritaville. Hit it. Opie. On Chippy Patrol. Never been safer thanks to all your hard work, Opie.
So did you wear any sunscreen today?
Yep. Put on SPF 1. Overall worked pretty well. A little toasty.
Show me the tan line.
A little red. Not crazy. I wouldn't be too worried about it. Camp shower test in here.
Look at your sunburn.
Very cold. Very cold. For most of the day, we were up at the house, went into town, grabbed some beer, and we ended up having a 12-hour smoked brisket for lunch. So haven't really been doing a whole lot of truck camp cooking, but now we are making little street tacos. Forgot some ingredients. Opie's not concerned. We're trying to figure it out, though. Christine, first one.
Okay.
Let's get that.
Take a bite.
Delightful. Mm-hmm. Pretty damn good for the first team cook in the truck. Successful day.
Yes. Cheers.
Opie, successful day. Yeah. What a nice fire. Night 2 is over. The Motel Canyonero has proved itself once again to be a great little truck camper. We're just making some breakfast this morning, and then we're gonna pack up and go home because we have one more week of real life, and then we're hitting the road this Friday, which can't wait. Thoughts on the first camp?
Went really well. This is a great campsite. Truck worked out perfectly.
Motel Canyonero is functional.
5 stars.
Let's hit the road and get back to the hammer.